Hello, guys. Today's topic is the Epidemic Diseases Act of 1897. The topic was in news due to the following reasons. With the rise in COVID 19 cases across the globe and in India, the states in India have gone into battle mode to contain the spread of COVID 19. All states and union territories have been directed to invoke provisions of Section 2 of the Epidemic Diseases Act of 1897 so that Health Ministry advisories are enforceable. And second, in April 2020, the Center amended the Epidemic Diseases Act of 1897, making attacks on healthcare workers a cognizable, non-bailable offense. Now we'll discuss about the Epidemic Diseases Act of 1897. This colonial act was enacted by British for the first time in the then state of Bombay during the bubonic plague. It is a state government act. The act strives to protect the common citizens in a particular area during the outbreak of an epidemic or a dangerous disease. A colonial era, the Epidemic Diseases Act consists of four sections and aims to provide for better prevention of the spread of dangerous epidemic diseases. Now we'll discuss the history of the act. J. Woodburn, member of the Council of the Governor General of India, tabled the Epidemic Diseases Bill on January 28, 1897 to tackle the outbreak of bubonic plague which had taken its roots in Bombay and to contain it from extending to other parts of the country. The bill noted that municipal bodies, cantonments, and other local governments had extraordinary powers to deal with such situations but felt those were inadequate. The bill called for special powers for governments of Indian provinces and local bodies, including to check passengers of trains and railroads. Now we will discuss about the passage of the act. The bill was referred to a select committee headed by James Westland. The committee submitted its report on February 4th, 1897, and the bill was passed the same day after a brief discussion. The bill was passed amid concerns of the disease spreading, with crowds from Bombay having reached places all over India. The government was particularly worried about Calcutta, the then Indian capital. They were worried that it may also spread up to the Calcutta. Among members who spoke, Rahimatullah Muhammad Sayani and Maharaja of Darbhanga, Lakshmishwar Singh, said the bill was being tabled and passed hurriedly, yet the Maharaja of Darbhanga also described the situation as one of the most dreadful scourges that have ever afflicted the human race. Babu Jai Govind Law suggested that steps be taken with regard to pilgrimage to Mecca. I need hardly say that pilgrimage is a great danger and require drastic remedies. Historians have criticized the act for its potential for abuse. In 1897, the year the law was enforced, freedom fighter Bal Tilak was punished with 18 months rigorous imprisonment after his newspapers, Kesari and Maratha, admonished imperial authorities for their handling of the plague epidemic. Now we'll discuss some important provisions of the Act. The Act has four sections in total and is probably the shortest Act in India. There are some powers have been given to the state government under Section 2 of this Act and some powers to the central government under Section 2A to implement these acts to control any epidemic. Section 2 of the Act reads power to take special measures and prescribe regulations as to dangerous epidemic disease. When at any time the state government is satisfied that the state or any part thereof is visited by or threatened with an outbreak of any dangerous epidemic disease, the state government, if it thinks that the ordinary provisions of the law for the time being in force are insufficient for the purpose, may take or require or empower any person to take such measures and by public notice prescribe such temporary regulations to be observed by the public or by any person or class of persons as it shall deem necessary to prevent the outbreak of such disease or the spread thereof, and may determine in what manner and by whom any expenses incurred, including compensation if any, shall be defrayed. Section 2A, powers of the central government. When the central government is satisfied that India or any part thereof is visited by or threatened with an outbreak of any dangerous epidemic disease, and that the ordinary provisions of the law for the time being in force are insufficient to prevent the outbreak of such disease or the spread thereof, the central government may take measures and prescribe regulations for the inspection of any ship or vessel leaving or arriving at any port, and for such detention thereof, or of any person intending to sail therein or arriving thereby as may be necessary. Now, section 3, it pertains to penalty. Any person disobeying any regulation or order made under this act shall be deemed to have committed an offence punishable under section 188 of the Indian Penal Code. Now, section 4, protection to persons acting under act. No suit or other legal proceedings shall lie against any person for anything done or in good faith intended to be done under this act. Now we'll discuss, has the law, means this law, invoked earlier? This is not the first time that this law is being invoked in India. The Epidemic Diseases Act is routinely enforced across the country for dealing with outbreak of diseases such as swine flu, dengue, and cholera. In 2018, the District Collector of Gujarat's Vadodara issued a notification under the Act declaring Khedkamsia village cholera infected. In 2015, to deal with malaria and dengue in Chandigarh, the Act was implemented. In 2009, to tackle the swine flu outbreak in Pune, Section 2 of the Act was enforced to open screening centers in civic hospitals across the city, and swine flu was declared a notifiable disease. A notifiable disease is any disease that is required by law to be reported to the government authorities. Now we'll discuss what amendment has been done by the government through ordinance in the month of April in 2020. Through an ordinance on April 22, the Cabinet amended the Act to say that the commission or abatement of acts of violence against healthcare service personnel, including ASHA workers, shall be punished with imprisonment for a term of 3 months to 5 years and with fine of 50,000 to rupees 2 lakh. The amendment makes acts of violence against health workers and other medical staff as a cognizable and non-bailable offence. In case of causing grievous hurt, imprisonment shall be for a term of 6 months to 7 years and with fine of rupees 1 lakh to rupees 5 lakhs. In addition, the offender shall also be liable to pay compensation to the victim and twice the fair market value for damage of property. This includes living, working premises of car, etc. Now we'll discuss the importance. The Colonial Era Act empowers the state governments to take special measures and prescribe regulations in an epidemic, defines penalties for disobedience of these regulations, and provides for immunity for actions taken under the Act in good faith. The recent amendments in the Epidemic Diseases Act of 1897 would safeguard the life and property of the health workers, and they would be able to serve the country better without any fear. Now we have multiple choice questions. First question is, what is the name of member of Governor General's Council who presented the Epidemic Diseases Bill to control the outbreak of bubonic plague in the erstwhile Bombay Presidency in 1897? Its answer is J. Woodburn. A. Now the next question is, which of the following statements in respect of Epidemic Diseases Act of 1897 is or are correct? We have to give the correct one. First is, the Act has only 4 sections. Second one, Section 2 provides penalties for disobeying any regulation made under this Act. Third is, this is the first time that the law is being invoked in India. Now we have to choose the correct one. First one is, the Act has only 4 sections. It is correct one. Second one, Section 2 provides penalties for disobeying any regulation made under this Act. We know this pertains to the Section 3rd. And third one, the This is the first time that this law is being invoked in India. We know it is not the first time. Therefore, the statement number second and third are incorrect. Hence, only first statement is correct. Hence, the answer is only one, that is A. Now, the next question is, as per Amendment to Epidemic Diseases Act of 1897 through Ordinance on 22nd April 2020, which of the provisions are incorrect? We have to choose the incorrect one. First, the commission or abatement of acts of violence against healthcare service personnel shall be punished with imprisonment for a term of 3 months to 5 years and with fine of rupees 50,000 to rupees 2 lakh. Second one, in case of causing grievous hurt, imprisonment shall be for a term of 6 months to 7 years and with fine of rupees 1 lakh to rupees 5 lakh. So both are correct. Hence, its answer is D, none. None of the statements are incorrect. So guys, if you like the video, like it, share it, subscribe it and press the bell icon to get more updates. Thank you so much for watching this video. Jai Hind.